My guess is, well, there apparently was some work being done behind the scenes, probably at Treasury, maybe in the White House, to sort of get prepared for this possible contingency. My guess is that very few people actually laid out for the president the possibility that he might lose. So if everybody you know has been telling you for the last several months you're going to win, and then you wake up this morning and you lose, you'd probably be upset too.
Yeah, and before I get to Dan, Mick, one more for you. President Trump wasted no time turning to Plan B, imposing a global 10% tariff under something called Section 122. He signed this order literally moments ago. But tariffs done this way only last 150 days. After that, Congress has to approve them. Doesn't this remove one of Trump's tools to bully countries into doing what he wants? Now these countries will just wait him out 150 days.
There's still leverage, and of course, the 150 days could provide the bridge to the other tools that are available to him. There's no fewer than half a dozen statutes that give the president the right to put tariffs on, and the Supreme Court specifically mentioned that. I think one of the questions, though, is he says almost immediately. I always have to read what Donald Trump puts out. He says almost immediately. Does that mean today, or does that mean 6 months from now?
Right.
So I'm not sure how ready they are to do those 10%. Could be 15% tariffs under Section 122.
All right, Dan, President Trump called the justices who ruled against him, quote, unpatriotic and disloyal, and said they were influenced by, quote, foreign interests and slime balls. But the reality is most Americans, by a wide margin, hated these tariffs.
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, the Washington Post this afternoon had a poll that came out, and the poll was done prior to the Supreme Court decision, that 65% of Americans don't like these tariffs. It now is probably close to 75. And look, I think what you're going to hear Democrats say are two things. One, and your correspondent said this earlier, when done strategically, Democrats have said, hey, this is a good tool to have in the toolkit. I think what they're going to say is Donald Trump is just kind of chaotic with them, treats it like a yo-yo. If you don't smile at him nicely, he puts it on. If you say something kind, he takes it off. And they're just going to say, you need to approve of a Democratic Congress to be a check and balance on this guy. And I can tell you it polls very well when you make that argument. And then saying give the money back to the American people. There's a reason Trump talked about this months ago, but he never followed through on it.
Dan, studies show that American businesses and American consumers have been paying for most of these taxes and these tariffs, not foreign countries. The U.S. government collected almost $200 billion in tariffs, depending on, there's a lot of different figures being thrown around here, but it's more than $100 billion and could be more than $200 billion. Does the government have to give it all back? I mean, it's kind of amazing that the Supreme Court didn't make that clear in that ruling.
I mean, look, this is something people have talked about now for a while, that this is going to be messy. I think lawsuits are going to get filed. Because all of these companies are going to say, hey, look, we paid X, we should get, X back. I think, look, sometimes just the raw politics of this, what a member of Congress is going to want to say, don't give it to the American people. Right now, the administration is going to be put in an awkward position of trying to sort through all of this while the midterm clock is ticking. It is a mess, but, politics is a messy business sometimes.
Mick, if the government does pay these tariffs back, the money goes to the businesses that paid them.
That's right.
It's not going to go to the shoppers who ended up paying higher prices in the stores.
The graphic you just put up is absolutely correct. It's the economic burden. It's not the tariff. The person who pays the tariff is the person who imports it. So it's the business. They then raise their prices, and that gets paid by the ultimate consumer. But it's not, the consumer doesn't technically pay the tariffs. In that sense, the Trump administration has been, again, technically right, that consumers don't pay the tariffs. They bear the economic burden. If I bring a lawsuit today as an individual and say, look, I paid the tariffs, I'll get laughed out of court. If I bring a lawsuit against the government as an importer, then I got a chance to get my money back. And my guess is that is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to see businesses line up at courthouses now to file lawsuits to get their money back, and they're going to get it.
And I can't fathom those businesses then calling up all the shoppers and saying, hi, Mick Mulvaney, you bought a case of olive oil here. I'm going to give you your money back because the tariff I paid on that. The good news is, though,
at least on that front, that to the extent, let's say, that the price of a hamburger at McDonald's had a little bit of tariff in it, that will come down.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.